Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we are doing a video review and unboxing of Mattel's Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Season 3 PR box. I would like to thank Mattel as well as the Jurassic World team for providing this box for review. Greatly appreciate that. So what this is a promotional box to help them promote some upcoming figures inspired from third season, which is available to stream right now exclusively on Netflix, as specifies on the upper right hand side of the box there. The box is not for sale, however the figures are coming out this summer, each sold separately, so we're going to take a closer look at that. The artwork on this box is just phenomenally done. Really loving what I'm seeing from the Jurassic World line from them. And there's a ton of great artwork through and through. Let's take a look at all the sides. You see the logo on both sides there. And this side here has a nice dinosaur damage right there. Beautifully done. Here's a look at the side of it. Dino escape. And here's a look at the other side. Once you open it, you see some more artwork on the outside, which is that of a building, and looks like there's a storm and rain. The artwork on this is just phenomenally done, especially on the barrels here, which look like there's moss and other stuff growing on them. Beautifully executed. Turning this to the other side, you see some more great artwork right there, indicating a storm. And here's a look at the other side. And the other side of the box gives you a look at the building right here. So, once you open it, you get two sides, and there's figures on each side. On one side is Yaz with the Velociraptor blue, which is on the left side. So here's your look at these two figures. They're being held in place by Velcro, which I'm gonna be removing. On the side here, this little box right here where my finger's pointing. Let's move this over a little bit. This is where some accessories and a few other things are. We're going to take a closer look at that. Now, on the other side is the E750, which we now know is the Scorpius Rex that's introduced in this new season. So here's your look at him. Beautifully done. He's big, he's large, he's monstrous. He's also a new hybrid dinosaur that was introduced. And as you can see, his arm and leg are held in place by Velcro, just as the other figures are. Here's a closer look at Yaz and Velociraptor Blue in the upcoming story pack that's going to be available this summer, meaning these two figures are packaged together and they will retail for roughly $14.99 through $16.99 depending on retailer, and you can pre-order right now at one of our sponsors. So check out under purchase on ToyHypeUSA.com. See link in the YouTube description. Inside this little box right here that I pointed to before are all of the accessories that are included. So you're going to get a couple of compies, which you see right here, that also came with some previously offered 3 3/4 inch figures, and you get the compass that was featured in season 3 of the show. Here's a look at the compies being placed on Yasmina, including her arms and legs. And that is the standard thing for every 3 3/4 inch figure that comes with these. So there's no exception here. These are easy to place on and off, but just as you move around, they do tend to fall off a little bit too easily, so just be aware of that. You can also stand these up as shown, so that's pretty neat. Here's a closer look at her compass as seen in season 3 of the show. All right, so there's a look there. The other side is nothing special back there, so it's pretty much just the face of it. And what I've noticed that this compass does also tend to fall out of her hand a little bit too easily, so just be aware of that as well. The outfit itself, very nicely done, good likeness to the series. They really did a good job sculpting and painting it. There's minimal paint bleeding on the sculpt, so just be aware of that, and that would vary from figure to figure. Basically, you see the paint bleeding for around her hips, like that, and that, again, that would vary figure to figure. Head sculpt, very nicely done, incredible likeness. Really loving how this came out. The articulation would be standard for the line, including a ball-jointed head, ball-hinged shoulders, swivel-hinged elbows, swivel-hinged hips, and swivel-hinged knees. No ankle or wrist articulation, in case you were wondering. But she doesn't really need it, so. No downside there. She does tend to fall off a little bit too easy on her own, so just be aware of that. I would say if you can find a 3 3/4 inch figure stand, it might be ideal to use it for her. And there's a closer look at her, the compass, and the 2 copies that are included. Blue himself is a reissue to the previously offered Blue figure. I think 2018 or something like that, the first release was offered. This offering has some new deco, and we're going to compare the 2 figures in just a moment. It's the same sculpt, the same articulation, hinged jaw, which is pretty cool, swivel arms and legs. No articulation on the tail. So there's your look at Blue. And here is a look at the original release. So right away, you're going to see some differences. First off, the blue stripe is different between both figures. This new one is much more dynamic, while the old one is a little bit more faded. So that right there is the first thing you're going to notice between the 2 figures. Let's take a look at the other side. So you see the much more dynamic stripe there with the white, while this one much more faded. There's also a difference in the tone of his skin tone and his chest. You see how the new one is more beige while the other one remains brown. So you have that as well. The other major difference is the toenails. The new one has the painted toenails, dark gray there, while the other one, they just kind of left. So there's your difference between the 2 there, and you can see what I'm talking about on camera there. Overall, I think the new one is much better painted, much better done, and I think for that reason you should definitely get the new one. Again, he's included with her in the 2-pack that's coming this summer. Coming this summer. So they did a much better job on it. Here's a look at the Slash and Battle Scorpius Rex figure, which is priced at $29.99 USD. The figure has electronic features that we're going to check out. The sculpt, very nicely done. A lot of great sculpted detail, just as we've seen consistently throughout the entire run from Mattel. All their dinosaur figures and everything. Back of the tail, it has some soft plastic parts that we've seen on other hybrid figures that they've been offering. The tail is also articulated, which you see right here. And he has some other parts that are articulated, such as his arms right here for the electronics, opening jaw, which also works for the electronics, as well as the legs. So, the electronic features, there's two different options, which you see the two buttons on his back right here. So this back one acts. So there's your look there. And just to give you a look on the other side. This other button activates the jaw and a different sound. Let's demonstrate it. So the mechanism is right down here on his stomach, and you can also remove it, move this piece and put in a new battery right here. But I want to give you guys a closer look at the mechanism just so you can see it. Also, you see the symbol on the bottom of his foot, just like other dinosaur figures in this line. There's that one there. And the Jurassic Park T-Rex skeleton on the other one. The hybrid concept, as well as the overall design, works very well for the Scorpius Rex, just as we've seen with the Indoraptor, which you see right there. It's part of a comparison between both figures. There's your look there. As well as the Indominus Rex, which unfortunately I did not pick up. Overall, this is one great PR box that Mattel was very graciously sent along. This includes some very nicely done figures that I think fans are going to love once you can get your hands on them in July, August 2021. I also love how we're able to get another one of the campers for an affordable price, roughly $14 to $16.99, which again includes the compies, the compass, as well as a new deco version of blue right there. The Scorpius Rex, also extremely well done, that I think fans are going to love. Great features and sound effects, and I think fans are definitely going to be happy with it once you can get your hands on them. This is definitely a good jumping on point, whether or not you've been collecting the Camp Cretaceous line, which started last year in 2020. So they're going to be reissuing Darius from the Camp Adventure set. So he is coming in a 2-pack with a couple of other dinosaur figures. One's a bigger one, one's a smaller one. So as I said, now's a good jumping on point. You can get these figures this summer, more figures that aren't shown here. So my recommendation is start collecting them, especially if you're a fan of the show. I think you're going to be very happy with it. The Jurassic Park team has been doing a phenomenal job since they got the brand. And I, for one, can't wait to see what they offer next. The box art on this PR box is just phenomenal. If you can see behind the Scorpius Rex is inspired from the underground bunker where he burst out of his chamber right here and became loose on the island. So this box is based on a particular scene from the series, which is definitely a plus in my opinion. Again, this is a PR box, so you won't be able to purchase it. Unfortunately, I know some of you would want it for the artwork, but you're not going to be able to find it in stores as it's sent to certain PR press outlets that Mattel chooses to participate with. So thank you again to Mattel as well as the Jurassic Park team for providing this for review. Greatly appreciate it. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching. Also, please like and share this video as it tells YouTube to share it with more people. We'd definitely appreciate that as well. If you're looking to buy these figures, check out ToyHypeUSA.com. Our sponsors, some of them have pre-orders open, so make sure to pre-order, make life a little easier for yourself, and thank you in advance. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more coverage.